Hello watch lovers and welcome to my review of my Cartier Santos XL by Watches Today. That's me. So, a while I've been looking at Cartiers in the past and I've always dismissed them because they're too small, too elegant, too feminine, too gentle. And I thought, I don't want to watch like that. I quite like the chunkier watches until I picked this watch up and put it on my wrist. And do you know what? It absolutely changed my perception. So if you have got any reservations, such as I did, I certainly recommend you do the same. Get the watch, put it on your wrist, and it will completely change your perception about your thoughts on Cartier models. It is a nice, not chunky, but a large face watch. So let's start. I love these metallic blue hands. They're really nice, and you've got a really small date window, which is a bit pointless really because it doesn't really help much unless you bring it right up to your eyes. But it's there. It serves a bit of a purpose, I suppose. So that's what Cartier does for you. So I'm going to talk to you about the bracelet, and you can see the clasp. It's a double fold over clasp, very well engineered, and we're going to come back to the bracelet in a little bit. So let's look at the side profile. You'll see there, it's got some lovely curves to it on the lugs. I'll show you there, look, and which kind of flows into the bracelet there. So when this watch is on your wrist, it fits in really well. It's not too heavy, not too bulky, and it actually fits quite flush. So it's a good design, and you'll see it on my wrist very shortly. I like the way that they've done that. So as we look around the watch, you'll see um, one of the things that I do like about it a lot is if you look at the kind of dial and the shape of it. It isn't quite square, it's got these nice rounded corners, so it takes it away from the traditional round face, which makes it really stand out. So for somebody who knows their watches, as soon as they see that design, they instantly know that it's a Cartier, you see. And I love the way that they've kept that tradition going for years, which makes it their own recognizable point as a shape of a watch. And it is really good. I like it because of the fact that it's different. Yeah, and that helps it quite a lot for me because you don't want to be mainstream with everybody else. Anyway, right, let's have a look at the bracelet a little bit closer. So as we look around, you'll see that there's quite a lot of brushed steel there, stainless steel, and you'll see those little like screw heads there. And what I like about the screw heads particularly, which I'm going to show you, is the way that they are placed as uh, polished. Yeah, so you've got the stainless brushed steel, and then you've got these polished screw heads. Now, I don't think they're real screw heads, clearly, they're not. But what would have been nice for absolute perfection is to have them all symmetrical. They're kind of like got these different angles. So I don't know whether I like that or not. If I was to aim for absolute perfection, I would have liked them all to be symmetrical, or at least symmetrical, yeah, and at the same angle along each link. However, it is what it is, but it does complement the watch really well with the fact that they are um, polished against a brushed bracelet. So let's put the watch on my wrist and see what you think. Don't forget, I've got a 6.5-inch wrist, so they're double fold over clasp. You'll see there, very simple to operate actually. Just put those in, and you'll see those little elephant ears protruding very shortly. I'll open those. And I had a reservation about this clasp because if you look at the Rolex clasp, it's quite a prominent large clasp, right? Compared to the Cartier there. And I thought, you know what, am I going to like it? Am I not? But because of the way the taper goes all the way down from the lugs into the center of the bracelet where the clasp is, it just has that nice continuation. So it doesn't really need a clasp as such, as much as the other watches have. So they've done it really well, really elegantly done, actually. So you use these little elephant ears to open up, and you've got that brilliantly engineered mechanism there to open the double fold over clasp. They've done that exceptionally well. I must say. So as we look at the watch, I'm going to show you a bit more of a side profile on it, and you'll see. So I'll try and keep my wrist flat there. See how it actually sits really well. I'm trying to keep my wrist straight. It sits really well. It's not protruding a great deal. It's quite flush, and it doesn't move around too much. Yeah. So design of it is really good. It's very comfortable to wear, and it's very easy to wear. It doesn't protrude in any way. You don't feel like you've got the watch on. It is literally just a brilliantly sat watch on the wrist. So I'll take those off now, and you'll see one of the other things that I really like about it, and it's again like a trademark of uh, Cartier, is that lovely blue jewel in the crown. And I really like that. That's very distinctive. And again, it sets it apart from everything else that's out there, really. And I do like it a lot. As we get closer, you'll have a look. The polished elements along the dial surround and the case, it really does complement it really well. And you'll see that it's got this slight pearlescent tinge to the dial, ever so slightly off white, and it just sits really well. Those lovely polished, smaller polished elements against the um, brushed steel makes it look really good. So, I'd certainly recommend you put this watch on your wrist. It is lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed wearing this watch. It's quite striking actually, and people do comment on it. And I guess that's because of the whole color combination and the brushed steel stroke, a polished steel element to it. Not too small, not too big, it's just right. So, look, I hope you've enjoyed my review. Thank you very much. And if you have, please give me a thumbs